Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to replace an engine air filter on a 1998 to 2002 Honda Accord V6 model. As you can see, this is the 3.0 V6, and your air filter compartment is going to be located right here, just to the right of the battery. And getting this compartment off is very, very simple. First thing I'll show you is, here's the air filter, right here, and here's the part number that you want to look for. Okay. All right, and let's go ahead and get the cover off of the compartment. And of course, first thing is first, make sure your engine isn't running, of course, while you do this. And if the engine is hot, you can still do this, but just be careful if you do. It may not be a bad idea to make sure that this duct is a little bit warm, because if it's warmed up, it can make it a little bit more flexible and easy to handle the compartment cover right here. So to take off the cover, there's two tools you can use. You can either use a Phillips head screwdriver, or in this case, I'm going to use a 5/16 nut driver, because some of the screws here are stripped out where the Phillips head would go, or the Phillips driver, I should say. So we're going to use this nut driver instead to get them out. And very easy. You have 4 screws. You have one right here by the battery, one here, here, and right over here by this connector. So we'll go ahead and we'll take those off. And I do want to mention, let me rephrase that. These are what's known as captured screws, which means that you don't have to take them out all the way to get the cover off. You can just unscrew them to the point where the threads don't catch anymore, and it frees up the cover to be moved. So once you loosen these enough to the part that the cover is able to move, you're all set to get the filter out. Okay, and once all the screws are loosened, you can lift off the cover. Just take note of this right here. This is your cruise control cable, so just be wary of that. And just, or be aware of that, I should say. And lift it up, and there's the air filter. And of course, it would help if I had 2 hands, but I'm holding the camera, so here we go. And here's the air filter. And, oh yeah, this air filter is definitely dirty. So the main reason why you will replace the air filter is because, it better airflow into the engine, which gives you better, better gas mileage, which is certainly important. And just, it makes your car run better overall. So as you can see, this filter is definitely dirty. So there is one important thing I want to show you here. Notice the thing that says up. That means that the filter, this part of the filter faces up. And notice that tab right there, that tab that faces up. Okay, so the filter goes in this orientation. Basically, the up is towards the front of the car, and the tab is in the corner that's towards the front of the car and closest to the battery. Okay, so just remember that orientation for when you put the new filter in. When the filter is out, it's also not a bad idea to look inside the compartment here and just see if it's dirty, see if you need to vacuum it out. But this one looks pretty good, so all we really need to do is replace the filter. But if you open your compartment and you take the filter out and it looks kind of dirty in there, it's a good idea to either vacuum it out or just get some extra debris out there. But this one looks pretty good. Just for comparison purposes, here's the old filter and the new filter. You can already see there's a huge difference, so definitely time to replace this filter. And just to show you again, make sure the parts are identical. And as you can see, both have the up thing and both have the tab in that corner. All right, let's go ahead and get this inside. And of course, this is where it helps to have 2 hands, obviously. But again, here's the orientation of the filter. Up facing up and towards the front, and the tab facing up, front corner towards the battery. So basically, you'll lift up this cover and slide the filter right in. And if you notice on the filter, there it is. You can see like little curves in the gasket that kind of lines it up with the screw holes, as you can see. All right, so filter is in place correctly, and you just got to plop it back down and just line up everything correctly. Just note that you may need to wiggle it around a little bit just to get everything lined up correctly, like make sure the screws clear the filter casing, and just make sure that nothing's poking into the filter itself. So just be patient, move it around a little bit, make sure you get everything lined up, and this cover will go back on. Okay, and once the cover is down and it feels nice and solid, no movement, you're ready to go ahead and retighten the 4 screws. Again, you can either use a 5/16 nut driver, or you can use a Phillips head screwdriver if the screws are not stripped out. And once all the 4 screws are securely tightened down, you're done. You're all set. So there you go, guys. That is how you replace the air filter on your 1998 to 2002 V6 Honda Accord. Hopefully this video is helpful to you, and if you do this repair yourself, or replacement, whatever you want to call it, hopefully it all works out well for you like it did for me. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.